After 8 seasons, 156 episodes, countless arguments, emotional moments, backyard cookouts, and one of television's most unlikely friendships, the neighborhood has officially come to an end. And honestly, the series finale may have been far more emotional than many fans expected. The final episode, titled Welcome to Goodbye, did not just end the show. It completely changed the lives of the Butler and Johnson families forever. What made the finale hit so hard is that the writers did not choose a simple life goes on sitcom ending where everything stays the same forever. Instead, they made a massive decision that finally forced the characters and the audience to confront the reality that nothing lasts forever. The biggest shock was Dave, Gemma, and Grover leaving Los Angeles and moving back to Michigan. For years, the entire show revolved around the relationship between Calvin Butler and his overly friendly white neighbor Dave Johnson. From the very first episode, Dave constantly tried to break through Calvin's walls and become his real friend. And according to the showrunners, that emotional journey became the entire foundation for the ending. Co-creators Mike Schiff and Bill Martin explained that they wanted the finale to bring the story full circle. Dave spent 8 years openly loving Calvin like family, while Calvin constantly fought against emotional vulnerability. So the finale was designed to finally force Calvin into Dave's emotional world. The creators basically wanted Calvin to finally admit what viewers already knew for years. Dave was not just his neighbor anymore. He was family. That is why the Michigan move became so important. The writers felt the Butlers were already gaining new family members through Marty and Malcolm's marriages and upcoming children. So to emotionally balance the finale, the Johnson family needed a huge life change of their own. And that brings us to the double wedding. The finale opened with both Marty marrying Courtney and Malcolm marrying Mercedes at the same time. Even more importantly, both couples are also preparing for babies, meaning Calvin and Tina are about to become grandparents twice over. But interestingly, the show never actually showed the wedding ceremony itself. At first, many viewers thought this was because of budget issues or time limitations. But according to the creators, the decision was completely intentional. They said television audiences have already seen thousands of sitcom weddings. Someone objecting at the altar. Emotional vows. Last-minute chaos. All of it. Instead of repeating cliches, they wanted the characters spending time together privately in the living room having real emotional conversations before saying goodbye. And honestly, that choice may have made the episode stronger. Because the finale was never really about weddings. It was about friendship, family, growth, and change. One of the most emotional parts of the finale came during the final goodbye scene involving only Calvin, Tina, Dave, Gemma, and Grover. Many fans noticed something interesting. Marty, Malcolm, Courtney, and Mercedes were not included in the final scene. That decision was also intentional. The creators explained that actress Beth Behrs strongly felt the show needed to end with the original central foursome because that was emotionally her world throughout the series. Once they realized that, the writers completely changed the ending structure. Originally, the finale was supposed to end during the wedding toast. But eventually, they realized fans needed one last private moment between the original neighbors before the Johnsons drove away. That final goodbye scene became even more emotional once Dave handed Calvin the kombucha jar, symbolizing years of friendship and memories between them. And if longtime viewers felt the final shot looked familiar, that was intentional too. The Johnson family drove away in the exact same seating arrangement from the original pilot episode. The writers filled the finale with hidden callbacks and Easter eggs like that. For example, the wedding reception itself was designed to resemble Calvin's classic backyard yardettes from earlier seasons. The for sale sign outside the Johnson house was also reportedly the exact same sign used in the original pilot episode. There were even deleted scenes that fans never got to see. One cut storyline revealed Marty planned to step away from the family business, the fuse box, because he no longer wanted to spend his life focused on cars. The writers wanted him to return to his true passion as a rocket scientist, while Courtney would eventually take over his role in the company. But the storyline was removed because the finale was running 6 minutes too long. Several returning characters were also cut during editing, including Malcolm's angry ex-girlfriend Kayla and fan favorite Lil Hatchet. The creators even considered some extremely different endings. One version reportedly ended with Calvin and Tina opening the door to greet brand new neighbors, mirroring the pilot episode. Another darker version would have shown someone knocking at the door before cutting to Black Soprano style. The writers even discussed bringing back the original unaired pilot actors who were initially cast as Dave and Gemma years ago. But eventually, they abandoned all those ideas because they felt anything too clever or meta would ruin the emotional sweetness of the goodbye. What makes the finale even more important is the timing. The Neighborhood is ending during a period where traditional multi-camera sitcoms are disappearing from television. The creators openly admitted they are worried the classic sitcom format itself may slowly be dying. They pointed out that most streaming comedies now only receive short 8-episode seasons, which they believe hurts comedy because audiences never spend enough time with the characters. They argued that sitcoms work best when viewers can simply live with characters for years, the same way audiences still endlessly rewatch Friends and The Office today. And honestly, The Neighborhood became one of the last examples of that old-school sitcom experience. Over 8 seasons, viewers watched Calvin slowly transform from an angry neighbor into someone emotionally open enough to call Dave family. That emotional evolution became the real ending of the show. Not the weddings. Not the babies. Not the move. The true finale was Calvin finally accepting love and friendship openly after fighting it for 8 years. And that is exactly why the ending feels so emotional for longtime fans. Because underneath all the jokes, cookouts, arguments, and comedy, The Neighborhood was always secretly a story about 2 families learning how to love each other despite their differences. And in the final moments, the show finally admitted that out loud.